exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Patriots rebuild on Throwback Thursday. I know I kind of reversed the title of that, but you guys get what it is. It's the Throwback Thursday edition of the New England Patriots rebuild. Last Thursday, we finished the playoffs. We got to the AFC Championship game and got beaten. So let's just say that wasn't very fun. We were one game away from going to our first Super Bowl in the series. Last season, the first season that we started this, we made it to the divisional round. We won in the wild card, then we beat the Raiders in the wild card, then we went to the divisional round, got destroyed, got the doors blown off by the Steelers in the divisional round. This year, we won the conference, or not the conference, we won the division. We were the number one team. We had a bye. We went to the divisional, we won. Got to the AFC Championship game and got beat again. So, yeah, it's not going very well. We can't get over the hump, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Luckily, they didn't win the Super Bowl. So, we move on to the offseason. We're going to stick with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz will be our quarterback for next season. He's up to an 87 overall. I don't know if that's morale or if that's what he's going up to. It's his confidence boost. So, he's technically an 84. But he's playing up to an 87 in the offseason. There are some concerns about offensive line. Possibly David Andrews moving on from him. Joe Thuney moving on from him. Maybe that would give us some more value because we do need some actual depth. Wide receiver, we need some depth. Running back, we need some depth. And then across the defensive line and on all across the defense, to be fair, we need some depth. So we need to possibly move on from some of these guys that are a little bit younger, and we know how they turned out in an actual real life. Joe Thuney and David Andrews being very solid players in the high 80s, but in Madden 17, they were just young, rookie, and one-year pro. So at this point, Madden's development thing hasn't really given them a chance. So I don't know if we can technically give them a chance either. Now, we've talked about how I got rid of the salary cap, but I will not go crazy. Like I normally tend to stay pretty consistent with my salary cap issues, or with my salary cap moves, even when the salary cap is off. We do have some pretty interesting assets. Now, remember, this series is not really about the drafting part of it, because the draft is basically just a bunch of random auto-generated guys, because I couldn't figure out how to get actual draft classes in here. So there's not going to be any actual people you know from the draft classes, which is why I've accumulated a lot of picks over the first year and a half or so to be able to flip for actual contributors to the team that possibly could give us some very, very talented players. I'm not sure who I want that to be. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo has a lot of value, and to possibly send him away would be very, very intriguing. The Bears need a quarterback as their number one option, because their quarterback as of right now is Jay Cutler. So they certainly need a quarterback. But we would need to get a quarterback in return, because I want to have a backup. So we'd have to bring back Brian Hoyer. And I don't know if I want to do that. I guess I wouldn't be upset at that. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But the main piece to the puzzle would have to be a really good player. And I don't think the Bears have what we are looking for in terms of a very high-rated player. I mean, they have Adrian Amos, who's really, really good. But I don't think we need a free safety as that number one piece. So let's go move on from the Bears. The Bengals don't need one. The Broncos are next up, who need a player, or need a quarterback. Von Miller would be very intriguing. And I tried to get Von Miller earlier in the series, but I don't think I had enough assets to get him. We do now. Getting Demaryius Thomas would also be really cool, since he recently passed away. Let's see. We'd have to get a quarterback in return, and their quarterbacks are Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch, Jake Rudock, and Bryson McCord. How good is Bryson McCord? Does he have any value to him? He's got normal development. He's got 96 throw power. Holy crap. He doesn't really have that much value. I wouldn't throw him into a deal. So it'd have to be Von Miller, but I don't think just Jimmy. We'd have to give up a first-round pick, I would guess, to get Von Miller. So we'll move on. Maybe we come back to Von Miller. Browns don't need one. The Bucks don't. The Browns don't. Who's the Browns quarterback? The Browns don't need a quarterback? Who's their quarterback? Cody Kessler. You'd rather have Cody Kessler than Jimmy Garoppolo? All right, you be the Browns. Browns is the Browns. Okay, Cardinals. They're interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. Who's their quarterback right now? It is Carson Palmer. Okay, I didn't know he's still in the league. They've got David Johnson, Calais Campbell, Chandler Jones, who in this roster, the initial roster that I loaded up with, it's his first year on the Cardinals after leaving the Patriots. So if we could bring him back, that would be pretty cool. And maybe Tyron. I don't know if we get... The problem is I'm not sure how much he's valued, Jimmy Garoppolo. They say they have green interest in him, but without actually throwing a person in the trade and finding out, I don't know how much he has, how much value they have in him. And this is before Robert Kimdiche falls off and never becomes anything. So... how old is Carson Palmer? He's 38. Who's their backups? They have Carson Palmer, Drew Stanton, and Tyler Bray. Ugh, okay. I'd throw Chandler Jones into the deal if I could throw Tyrann Mathieu into the deal as well. So the Cardinals we could come back to. The Chargers are interested. Who's Chargers quarterback right now? They have Phillip Rivers still. I didn't know if he retired or not. So Joey Bosa would be very, very good. Joey Bosa is probably top of my list right now. Only problem is we'd have to get Phillip Rivers back in return. I don't know if I want Phillip Rivers back. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Joey Bosa, they might value him really highly, so it might not be on the table. But Joey Bosa is definitely an option. Travis Kelce would be very cool to have. Their quarterback is Alex Smith and Kevin Hogan. This is obviously before Patrick Mahomes shows up. Ooh, Tyreek Hill as well. Oh, before Tyreek Hill even gets a picture. Oh, okay. We'll come back to the Chiefs. Chiefs and Chargers are top two on the list right now. And I don't even know if those guys would be even able to be traded for. The Eagles are next up. They certainly need a quarterback. They have Sam DiGiorio. Who the heck are you? You have Superstar, though. 93 throw power, 85 throw on the run, 84 short accuracy. His speed is pretty good. His awareness is kind of bad, but we can develop him. Okay, Eagles are intriguing. I wouldn't think he'd be super valued because they have Barkley, who's a lot, I was going to say he's a lot more highly rated, but he's not. He's only 2 overall higher. But who would be the main piece to this? We'd have to get somebody super crazy back as well. And maybe I'm thinking too much of this. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo is not valued that highly. Maybe we can't even get that quarterback. That's superstar development. Dorial Green Beckham, does he have a development? He's just got normal. Malcolm Jenkins is 30. Who is a younger guy that's valued kind of highly? Their highest rated guy that's valued pretty good is Jordan Hicks. Okay, I'm intrigued by the Eagles, especially because that quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback for sure. Who's their quarterback? They've got Blaine Gabbert. They certainly need a quarterback. They've got Sheldon Richardson, who's 27. Okay. And then Leonard Williams, who's 24. Ooh. And they drafted Devontae Office in this past draft. He's really good. Okay, I'm intrigued. What if we throw in all 3 of these guys, Jimmy Garoppolo, to the Jets? You know, that's not as bad as I thought it was probably going to be. What if we throw in my 30th pick in the draft this year, the first round pick, for all 3 of these guys? Trade declined. I bet if I throw out Devontae Office, this goes through more. Let's just see what happens. Jimmy Garoppolo, a first round pick. They need a corner. Do we have a corner I'd be willing to let go? Darrelle Revis, I'd be willing to let go. Back to the Jets. No, okay. They didn't have any value in him. I wonder if there's anybody that does have any value in Darrelle Revis. Logan Ryan, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with him. Do you have any interest in PJ Williams? Probably not. No, it doesn't look like. I mean, that went up more than it did with Darrelle Revis. But Logan Ryan and Malcolm Butler, I'm probably going to keep. They need a middle linebacker. We certainly have that option. But it just, James Laurinaitis, I don't want to trade, and he doesn't have any value anyway. So left outside linebacker, Rob Ninkovich. We don't really have a left outside linebacker they want. I don't really want to trade Nink. They don't even have any value. They don't value him very highly. Left tackle, we have Joe Thomas, but who else is there? Just Joe Thomas, okay. So it would certainly have to be another draft pick, because I don't think we have any value anywhere else. We don't even have a kicker. Okay. What about if I gave you one of my second round picks as well? That makes it go even better. I'm telling you, I bet if we take out Devontae Office, this has a better chance of going through. It's just the Devontae Office looks really, really good. What about if I throw in, I said I needed a quarterback. Blaine Gabbert. I don't need Blaine Gabbert, that's for sure. What about if I ask you for Mo Wilkerson? No, he's not really that great. Nick Mangold is old. I do like Nick Mangold, but he's old now. We could get Nick Folk. What is it, like 6 years before he's actually on the Patriots? 5 years? Who's down here that's got good development? Does Devin Smith have good development? He just has normal. There's got to be somebody down here that has decent development that they'd be willing, that they don't value very highly. What about Darren Lee? What'd they give him? They only gave him normal. What about Jonathan Harrison? Nope, nothing for him. He's a bust anyway. Lorenzo Malden the fourth? Just normal. Okay. BJ Wilhelm? Just has normal. Come on, there's got to be somebody. There's David Harris, old man David Harris. Nope, nothing for that. Calvin Pryor's 26. He's just got normal. He's regressing. Robbie Anderson's young, but he's only got normal. He's really fast, though. That'd be interesting. Get Robbie Anderson. What about Quincy Enunwa? He's got normal. Why does everybody have normal? What is going on with this? Terrence West just has normal. What about if I throw in, what about Muhammad Wilkerson? What about if I throw in Muhammad? He's a lot lower rated than Devontae Office. No, that doesn't go through. What about this? Okay, Sheldon Richardson and Leonard Williams is gonna be hard to get. Go figure. What about a second round pick as well? Ooh. So if I gave you my highest second round pick, which is pick 34, that probably pushes it through. But just before I decide, I want to make sure that there's nothing that I'm missing. The Ravens need a quarterback. Obviously, they don't have Lamar Jackson just yet. They still have Joe Flacco. So is there anybody on the Ravens that I'd want that I can't get anywhere else? I mean, Ronnie Stanley would be cool. CJ Mosley obviously would be really good. What about if I throw in Ronnie Stanley? Michael Pierce is pretty young, but he's only got normal. What'd they give Correa? Only normal. Matt Judon? He's not as good as he is now. Zadarius Smith? What do they got Zadarius at? Just a normal? Some of these guys I wish had higher development so they have potential, but I don't know. Was there anybody else down here that had development? The Texans are the final team. What do the Texans have? Who's their quarterback? Their quarterback is Tony Romo. Oh, that's right. They traded for Tony Romo. I forgot about that. J.J. Watt obviously would be awesome. I don't think we can get him. DeAndre Hopkins and Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, obviously those two guys are who I'd go for. I don't think I could get either one of them. Probably not both of them. Certainly not both of them. No, that's going to be harder to get than the Sheldon Richardson, Leonard Williams, obviously. What about if I just went just for DeAndre Hopkins? Jimmy Garoppolo, DeAndre. Okay. Let's go back to the Chargers, because I was very curious about Joey Bosa. So If I ask for Joey Bosa, what do they value him at? That is not as bad as I would have thought. The Chiefs, if I ask for Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, what are you going to give me? They're going to give me nothing. But if I ask for Tyreek Hill, this might go through. That's why I didn't want to accept it straight away or just offer it straight away. But if I also throw in, not this guy. That guy's actually pretty fast. But if I also throw in, who do they have down here? They really have nobody down there. If I throw in a second-round pick as well, Tyreek Hill in a second for Jimmy Garoppolo? Nope. Okay. I didn't know if they valued him very highly. Seems like they do. Jimmy Garoppolo and a second-round pick for Tyreek Hill. Trade offer was accepted. So Jimmy goes away. We need to get a quarterback now. And we bring in Tyreek Hill as another wide receiver weapon for us. Him and Devontae Adams are going to be hopefully very, very good together. Let's see what else we can do. We just made the trade for Tyreek. We need a quarterback backup. Dion Lewis is on the board next, I would figure. So let's see what we can get for Dion. Who's interested? The Bills are interested in Dion. I don't really want to trade him to a rival in case he does something against us. Stephon Gilmore, could we go after Stephon and bring him in before he comes in naturally? I mean, I'll see what they say. Straight up. Trade offer was declined. Okay. He's only 27. He's not super old. What about if I throw you a 4th-round pick as well? That almost gets it through. I bet if a pick later in next year's 2 4th-round picks and Dion Lewis for Stephon Gilmore doesn't get it done, but a 3rd-round pick next year will, I would think. 3rd-round pick next year, 2019 draft, trade offer accepted. So we bring Stephon Gilmore in just a little bit earlier or just in trade instead of free agency. So that's another corner added to our needs, or what we needed. I like that. So that gives us 3 really, really good corners. Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan, and Stephon Gilmore. Let me throw Darrelle Revis into some trades. Does anybody want him? We might have to just add him to a deal just as you take this guy. We don't want him anymore. Oh, hello. The Saints. The Saints need a corner, and they want him. Or they're interested in him. What about Michael Thomas? You want to give me Mike Thomas for Darrelle Revis? They do. They do want to give me Michael Thomas for Darrelle Revis. If I could fleece them into doing this, that would be amazing. But could I get Drew Brees too? Wait, can I really get Drew Brees too? No. I'm stretching it a little bit too much. I'm stretching it a little bit too much. I probably can't get Drew Brees as well. But I could maybe get... I've wanted this guy, Braxton Green Beckham. He looks pretty good, but he's out for 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. We're into the offseason. Is there anybody else on the Saints that I want? Doesn't look like it, especially nobody down here. Oh, this could be big. This could be very big. Teron Armstead, how old is he? He's 27. I always picture Teron Armstead as being super old, but I guess we're in the past, so he's not super old anymore. Andrews Pete, Max Unger, I remember him. He used to be really cool. Cam Jordan with the hair. Look at that. Sheldon Rankins. I mean, would they throw in Green Beckham? Do they value him? Yeah, oh, they value him a lot. Okay. So it looks like we could only get Michael Thomas. But if I offer them a 4th-round pick and Darrelle Revis, trade offer is accepted. So Darrelle Revis goes away. He goes to the Saints. Darrelle Revis goes to the Saints. We get rid of him, and we bring in Michael Thomas. So our receiving core now is Odell, once he comes back from his injury. Julian Edelman, once he comes back from his injury. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Michael Thomas. That is a much better receiving core for Carson Wentz to throw to. Now we just need to get a backup running back for when... a third running back for the team. We could probably use some defense. Let's go to defense now. We've traded a lot for offense. I'll focus. Maybe free agency will have a running back for us. We'll have to take a look. But let's go to the defensive side of things and see what we can do here. So offensive line, Tight end. Is there anybody? I could trade Michael Pruitt because I like Darren Waller obviously more. So we'll see what he has value-wise. And we'll see what Caleb Johnson has value-wise. Do any of these guys have interest? Ooh, there's somebody with green interest on him. Nobody wants Michael Pruitt, so we'll have to just throw him in. But the Chargers are interested in Caleb Johnson. Okay, so we'll go to defense. We'll take a look. They have no free safeties. Jaleel Adai or D, however you want to say his name. Melvin Ingram. Jatavis Brown, Denzel Perryman, D Ford, Kyle Emmanuel, Corey Liggett, Phil Taylor, Joey Bosa, Sebastian Vollmer, DJ Fluker, Max Turek. Didn't he pass away? I feel like Max Turek passed away recently. I'm not sure if the Chargers have what I need. But I mean, they're the only team that has green interest on Caleb Johnson. So I gotta move him if need be. And D Ford could be very interesting. I mean, D Ford, I like D Ford. He's fast. So what about this? Caleb Johnson and Michael Pruitt to the Chargers for D Ford. Okay. I didn't know they were gonna value him that much. What about if I go in, I give you a 7th round pick? You like that? That's probably not going to do anything. No, it didn't do much. What about if I go in, I give you my 4th round pick from next year? No, okay. So D Ford's off the table. I don't want to give up too much for an 81 overall. I don't think it's worth it. Let's see. Phillip Rivers, Denzel Perryman. I mean, Denzel Perryman's only 24. I bet he's probably more easily attainable than D Ford is. Yeah, he's going to be much easier to get. So if we throw in one of our 7th round picks that we have a couple of them. That should, okay, what if I give you the higher version of the 2nd round pick? I have enough of them. This should go through, and it does. So we get another middle linebacker. I know we don't necessarily need middle linebackers, but we can always change positions and stuff. So that adds Denzel Perryman. He could probably play outside linebacker. He's fast enough. And he's a 79 overall. So maybe we move him to outside linebacker. We've got, who else should I be willing to trade? Corner I'm happy with. Free safety I'm happy with. Strong safety I'm happy with. The only other guy that I'm willing to trade, I don't even know. I mean, Joe Tooney. They're both 25. I don't know if I'm willing to trade. I'm willing to trade DeCasse, but I don't think anybody wants him. And then wide receiver wise, I mean, Chris Hogan. Does anybody want Chris Hogan? I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody wants either of these guys. Oh, hello. The Saints had a little bit of yellow interest, so we could go back to the Saints. Who was that? That was the Bucks. The Bucks are interested in Chris Hogan as well. So we're not going to be able to get anybody crazy with this trade, but we could maybe sneak something like a Micah Hyde. He hasn't really developed into the guy that he is in real life. What's his development? I can't see it. I don't know what it is, but we'll throw him into the deal, and maybe they give me another low-rated guy that they don't like Vernon Hargraves. I'm sure Vernon Hargraves has some good development. So we get 2 corners back for Chris Hogan? No, they don't like that at all. Hargraves has quick development. Micah Hyde has normal. I'm sure they don't value Hargraves that much. Or maybe it's Micah Hyde that's holding this trade back. What about if I throw in my 4th round pick from next year? That doesn't move the table at all. Is it Micah Hyde that's doing it? Let's take Micah Hyde out and see what happens. It might be Hargraves. Oh, it's Hargraves. I guess because he's young, that makes sense. But we could move. Where's Micah Hyde at? We could move Micah Hyde to free safety because that's what he plays, I think. Or is it? I think he plays free safety. So Chris Hogan and DeCasse for Micah Hyde. Okay, they don't necessarily like that. But if I throw in a 7th round pick and then Chris Hogan again, what does that do? Does that sweet the table a little bit? Oh, kinda. It might take a 5th from next year. How's that? You like that? No, they like a 4th from next year though. Not a 2nd. Not a second. That would certainly go through. A 4th from next year. Chris Hogan. Trade accepted. So we bring in Micah Hyde. We'll change him to free safety. And then we'll change somebody else to strong safety to back up Rashad Jones. I don't know who it'll be. Let's go to free safety. Let's go to corner first. Let's go to corner, and we'll change Micah Hyde to free safety. Maybe he'll go up. He's 76 overall right now. And if we change him to a free safety, he goes to an 81. Perfect. And then what about if we change Justin Simmons to a strong safety? I don't know. I don't think he plays strong safety in real life. I think he plays free safety. But if we change him to a strong safety, does he go up? He stays at a 78, so that's good. I'll take that. And that's better than Shamarko Thomas. So, you know what? I'll just get rid of Shamarko Thomas right now. We don't need you. Go away. I don't want you on this team. All right, so we got strong safety figured out. We've got free safety figured out. Corner is good for right now. I'm happy. I know I have those draft picks still that I could probably package with Joe Tooney or something to get somebody really, really good. But I don't necessarily know if I want to do that or not. I'm still deciding. We have got guys to pay, though. That is for sure. Let's just figure out the guys that I don't want. I don't want you, so we'll draw the offer on you. I don't want to bring back Shalik Calhoun. PJ Williams, not worth it. If it is, I'll bring him back in free agency. Carl Davis, not worth it. Jalen Marshall, don't need anymore. We got a lot of good wide receivers now. Bjorn Werner, don't need. James Michael Johnson, don't need. And everybody else we'll bring back. Okay, let's start back here at the lower end, guys. We'll go to Nate Ebner. I like Nate Ebner, so I'll give him a team-friendly contract. There we go. He's happy to sign and continue playing. Matt Slater, obviously legend of the team. Captain. We'll give him a generous deal. He'd like to play for Matt Slater? Come on, man. Don't give me that. You'd like to play for a new team. Certainly want to try and bring back this young rookie, Assad Lewis. All right, he's coming back. Darren Waller, I need to have come back. I'm sure he will if we offer this. Yes, he's coming back. Perfect. Denard Robinson, we don't necessarily need, I guess. I have to franchise tag either one, Rashad Jones or Ryan Shazier. I'm probably going to tag Shazier. Let's negotiate with Nink, just because I like Nink. We'll decide what to do with him next year. He's not interested. Oh. Wow, these guys are a little picky, especially some Patriots legends. Matt Slater and what's his face and Ninkovich not accepting my offers. We'll tag Shazier because I want to bring him back, and that's everybody we can offer. So we got some business to take care of in free agency, that is for sure. We've got some business to take care of in free agency. We got guys coming back from injury. Odell and Julian Edelman are back. Our wide receiver core is now elite. With Odell, Edelman, Adams, Michael Thomas, and Tyreek Hill. Absolute legendary. Let's get Odell back too. Perfect. All right, free agency. I hope there's a good class. Rashad Jones is the highest rated player, and he's got some big-time offers. What about quarterbacks? Hey, Drew Brees is in free agency. I mean, do we try and outbid the Eagles? Or do we just stick with Carson Wentz? I think we stick with Carson Wentz. We let him develop. I think it'd be a foolish move to try and get Drew Brees for a season. we just go for somebody that's a backup, like a Robert Griffin or a Sam Bradford or something like that. I think that's more of the smart move. So I will go and offer Robert Griffin III a contract. Nothing crazy, but just something that would make him happy, I would think. Running backs, we do need a running back, and nobody has anything on LeGarrette Blount or Jamal Charles, but they're both old. Spencer Ware's only 26. What is his development? He's got just normal. Is Jamal Charles still got speed? Only 87 speed. Same for Spencer Ware. I feel like the value would be to get Spencer Ware. He's younger, and he's the same speed. So getting Spencer Ware would help with the running back room. Receivers, I'm not really sure where to go here. There's not really a ton of guys. We don't necessarily need anybody. I don't really know what to do with it. There's like Cordell Patterson, but he's got an offer from the Jets. Victor Cruz, but he's old. Percy Harvin, but he's old. I might throw an offer at Percy Harvin just for the fun of it. What's his speed at? He's got 88 speed. I might do it just for the fun of it. I'm not sure whether I'll come back to that. If I really want to, I will. Wait, was that that wasn't Demaryius Thomas? He'd be a lot higher overall. Who was that? It was it's DeAnthony Thomas. Tight end Eric Ebron, Jason Witten. I think we're good at tight end. Gronk will come back from his injury. McKenzie. Wait, hold on. Let me go out of free agency and refresh myself with the injury report so I can base my stuff on if we need to get somebody just for a season. So Gronk has got 10 more weeks. James White's got 35. Cyrus Jones will be back next week. So Gronk will be back for the start of the season. I think he'll miss preseason, but he'll be back for the start of the actual season. So we don't need a tight end. So Eric Ebron would be cool to have because he's a high-rated guy. But I think we can spend our money somewhere else. Left tackle, there's really nobody here that I'm interested in. I mean, get a backup guy like Kelvin Beachum would be okay. Just throw a 2-year offer at him. Maybe something happens. Left guard, we don't need unless we trade. What's his face? Nick Mangold. I'll throw an offer at Nick Mangold just because I like Nick Mangold. He's a former Buckeye. If he retires, he retires after this season, but at least we have him. Right guard, I'm fine with unless I trade Ted Karras. I don't think I will, though. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I will. Right tackle, I don't really like any of this stuff here. Reed Fraggle. I mean, I like Reed Fraggle, former tight end for the Ohio State, then turned into an offensive lineman. We'll throw an offer at you. Elvis Dumerville. Mario Williams. Just get a bunch of old guys, bring them back. Try and resurrect their careers, get them a Super Bowl. I'm fine with that. Mario Williams, Dumerville. We definitely need a D tackle. But it's just, who do we go for? Do we go for Alan Branch? 78 overall Alan Branch on a 1-year deal? Right end, Trent Cole's here. Michael Johnson's here. I mean, guys off the edge. I'd prefer Michael Johnson, but Trent Cole's cheaper and nobody's got an offer in on him. So we'll just be a retirement home for a bunch of guys that used to be good. Rob Ninkovich, I definitely want to try and bring him back. Not for that much money, though. If he retires, he retires, like I said, with Nick Mangold. But I want to bring him back because I like Rob Ninkovich. So if he might not even assign that because that's too low. But left outside linebacker, there's not really anybody here. But like I said, we could move somebody from middle linebacker to left outside linebacker if we have to. Brian Cushing, Ray Maluga, Alden Smith. He's got a lot of offers. 88 overall. Alden Smith is still an 88 overall. I might try and throw the bag at him a little bit. He might be one of our expensive guys that we get. Him and Rashad Jones. Where's that put us at? That puts us at the lead, but I might want to add a little bit more to that just in case. That puts us at 90, 5 points ahead of the Chiefs. And then we've got Brent Grimes here, who I almost threw in that trade. It's a good thing I didn't. I mean, 81 overall Brent Grimes for a season. I don't hate it. He could be our 4th corner. I don't hate it. And then Rashad Jones is who we need to get back. He's got a lot of guys going after him. He is 30. But this is the guy that we need to go after. We'll offer him a decent amount. That puts us at 92. I'm not comfortable with that. So we'll bump up his numbers there. That should put us at 93. That doesn't make me any more comfortable. So we'll add a couple extra dollars. And that puts us at 95. I'm happy with that. Kicker, we need a kicker, so we need to just grab somebody here. Mason Crosby, probably the guy. Roberto Aguero, what's his stats look like? He's only 24. He's got 92 and 83. Crosby has 92, 82. Cairo Santos has 95, 90. Cairo, come here. Come here, my guy. You're our new kicker. Welcome. Punter, we're good with Pat McAfee. So our offers are Rashad Jones, Alden Smith, Brent Grimes, Spencer Ware, Cairo Santos, Alan Branch, Trent Cole, Nick Mangold, Reed Fraggle, Kelvin Beachum, Rob Ninkovich, RG3, and Mario Williams. I don't think Ninkovich is going to accept this, so I'm going to change I'm going to add a little bit of money to it just to entice him a little bit. There we go. 53 should be better. All right, we'll go 1 week, and we will see if they accept that. I'm hoping that we get Rashad Jones and Alden Smith. Those are our 2 big money guys that I want to definitely bring back, especially Rashad Jones. I definitely want to bring him back. So we get Reed Fraggle is on the Patriots. We get Spencer Ware. We get RG3 to back up Carson Wentz. We get Alden Smith is here now. We get Rashad Jones. We get Dion Branch. We get Alan Branch. We get Cairo Santos. Nick Mangold. Nink is here again. Brent Grimes. Did we get everybody? We got literally everybody that we offered. Let's go. That's awesome. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And Cyrus Jones is back as well, so he can be corner number 5. I'm happy with the way the corners look now. There's one receiver that I want to try and get, and that's Stephon Diggs. I know he's not super valued because he's still kind of young, so I wonder if we could be able to get him. This draft class really isn't even that good. I mean, I'm going to draft somebody with the 2nd overall pick, I would think. But other than that, I'm probably going to trade the rest of the picks. This draft class is kind of buns. There's some really good pass rushers. Or at least there's some first-round talent. I don't know if there's anybody that's super good. This Frederick Dockett, what's he looking like? He's a mid-first rounder. Bronson Downs is mid-first round, late first round, mid-first round. All right, so there's not an early first rounder at the pass rusher, but there's some talent, first-round talent there. This guy looks to be the best player in the draft, but he's not fast. He ran a 4. Well, I mean, that's fast, 4.48. I'm not saying he's not fast, but for wide receiver speed, like Tyreek Hill is fast. This quarterback is also kind of good, I guess. Jack Storr, he looks to be the best offensive lineman in the class. Although this guy might even be better. Ono Pinnock, left guard, could be even better. That's interesting. This wide receiver is not that great. You're not that great either, other wide receiver. Connor Paxton. Ooh, Connor Paxton looks pretty good. Maybe I don't trade away my picks. I don't know. Mid-first rounder for you. Bronson Downs. We already checked him, right? Yeah, he's a mid-first rounder. He's got good speed, but he doesn't look super great. You're a mid-first rounder. Samuel Lemonier. No. Basmeen Stovall. So it doesn't look like there's anybody super great. There's a good name here. Xavier. Late first-round talent. All right, so I would probably draft either you or you, one of these guards, or one of these offensive linemen, or this guy Connor Paxton. So I've got 3 guys. Let's add them to the list so I don't forget about them. I'll put these 3 guys on the list as the 3 guys that I'm targeting. And then we'll see what we do with those other draft picks. I don't think there's anybody else I want to sign in free agency. We got everybody that I wanted. Jason Witten's still there, but he's got offers now. We got everybody that I wanted. Eric Ebron's going to the Browns. Drew Brees is headed to Philly. That's just weird. Sam Bradford and Corey Linsley going to the Jets. So is Cordell Patterson. Maybe we need to get another quarterback as a backup. Just for the heck of it. I mean, we had 2 quarterbacks with Wentz and Garoppolo, so it doesn't matter too much. All right. I don't think we need to go. And I've spent a pretty good amount of money, so I don't think we need to go any further than that. So let's keep going on this path to the draft. And we'll see what happens with these draft picks, because I'm certainly not going to use all of them. I'm probably going to use the 2nd overall pick, and that's probably about it. Have I scouted running backs? I have scouted a lot of running backs. What about tight ends? Not really a lot of tight ends. I've scouted some decent offensive linemen, or a decent amount of offensive linemen at least. What about center? Is there a decent center here? Lee Gabriel doesn't look that great. Neither do you. Okay, so there's not really any good centers. Okay, so I think it's time to go to the draft. I don't think there's anything else that I really need to do. We've signed all the free agents that we want. I've made this team better, I feel. We've got trade offers for Derrick Henry and Justin Simmons. What kind of trade offers are we getting for these draft picks? Yeah, we're getting draft picks. I'm not going to trade these guys away. So we will decline the offers for Justin Simmons, and we will decline the offers for Derrick Henry, and we will move on. You know what? I'm not even going to scout anybody else. I don't need to scout anybody else because I'm not going to draft anybody any later than the 1st round, I wouldn't think. So we move forward. I may even trade back in the 2nd with the 2nd pick. Get some more assets. We got Gronk back. Okay, I'm happy about that. Gronk is back now. We don't have to worry about him missing any time in the preseason. So that's awesome. We already kind of looked at free agency recap, but we'll check it out just a little bit more. Jamal Charles didn't get signed. Adrian Peterson didn't get signed. Interesting. We checked out these guys. Jason Witten ends up going to the Broncos. Gabe Jackson to the Bears. Marquise Lee to the... Is that Marquise Lee? Who is this? I can't tell. I'm guessing it's Marquise Lee. Jeremiah Tachu goes to the Titans. Anybody that we didn't see that's major? Sam Shields to the Packers. Isn't he already on the Packers? Monte Teo to the Lions. Not really anything big. It wasn't that great of a class. There's a couple 90s, but nothing really major. Okay. So if we take a look at the trade center, we have the 2nd pick, the 8th pick, and the 30th pick. I kind of want to trade the 30th pick away. We have a couple 2nds as well. What can I get for the 30th pick? Can I get somebody like a left outside linebacker that's really good? Who's out here? I mean, Von Miller, obviously, but I don't think we'd be able to get Von Miller. Who's a decent outside linebacker that's younger that we can trade for? That'd be easy to trade for. Shaq Thompson. They had Shaq Thompson at 88 overall. He's got quick development. 24 years old. Shaq Thompson would be probably the number 1 option. And it looks like Shaq Thompson probably is the number 1 option. He's 88 overall. He's young. Can I get him just for a 1st round pick? Okay, so they value him fairly highly, which is understandable. He's young and he's good. Why wouldn't you value him very highly? But if I give you a 3rd round pick as well, and I gave you a 4th round pick as well, they don't like that. Shaq Thompson might be off the table. He might be off the table. I didn't realize he developed that well. There's no way he was an 88 to start with. I mean, Anthony Barr would be good. Vic Beasley's also an 88 overall, but he's a little bit older. Miles Jack is interesting. What's Miles Jack's development? Does he have good development? He has quick. You know what? Miles Jack for a 1st round pick might not be that bad of a deal. Can I throw in Jalen Ramsey as well? I know you got Jalen Ramsey somewhere. There he is. He's right there. Jalen Ramsey and Miles Jack. What about just Jalen Ramsey? Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to give me both these guys. I'll throw them both in. This is going to be possible. I know it. I know it's going to be possible. Because I'm going to throw in a 3rd round pick. You're going to say yes, Shad Khan. We're going to shake hands and we're going to go away. I'm going to leave you be. A 1st, a 2nd, and a 3rd. Come on, you know you want to do it. You just don't know it yet. You want to do it. You just don't know it. What about if I give you, what do you have? We need a left end. I'll give you Mario Williams. We just brought him in. You want Mario Williams? They don't want Mario Williams. There's going to be a guy in here that they really, really want. And I just got to find him. You happen to want Reed Fraggle? No, they don't. They don't want him. Do you happen to want Geno Grisham? He's young, kind of. All right, I don't think Jalen Ramsey is going to be possible without a really good player in return. And I don't really know if I want to give up a really good player in return. What do we have that they want? We got a right. Do we have a right guard we can give them? Shaq Mason or Ted Karras. I was talking about how I didn't want to trade Ted Karras. They don't even have interest in him. Why do they not have interest in any of my guys? I got some decent guys here. What about Cyrus Jones? He just came back from an ankle injury. Whatever. Just give me freaking Miles Jack. Can I get him for just a second? That'd be kind of dirty if I did. What about if I give you a 2nd round pick for Miles Jack? You like that? No, they don't like that. I'll give you the 1st. It might not even go through. Oh, wow. 83 overall, and you didn't accept that? Intriguing. That makes it better. Wow, I thought that I'd be able to get Miles Jack straight up, but it looks like it's a lot harder to do that. Wow, okay, that's probably more than what I'm willing to give up. Interesting. I thought I'd be able to get Miles Jack. I guess we have to look at older guys like a Shaq Barrett, but still decent overall. Ryan Kerrigan's 84. Anthony Barr, I mean, he's 26, 81 overall. He's nothing special at this point, but that's gonna go through if I throw in this 7th and a 5th next year. This should get it done. Oh, maybe not. I thought that would. Okay, so I'll just do the... I'm running out of assets at this point that I'd be willing to give up for somebody like Anthony Barr. All right, so we got rid of one of our 1st round picks for Anthony Barr. I like that. You guys might think that's a dumb decision, but with the talent that we have, I feel like Anthony Barr is a good player to get. I could use another defensive tackle. Let's start the draft and see what happens. So, start the draft, start drafting.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Okay, so let's pause the draft, skip to our pick. They take Whitehurst, who is the #1 player. What kind of stuff are we getting? We only getting 2 offers. So we're getting the Browns, who have pick 5. I like the Browns pick. They're giving us another 2nd, too. Yeah, Browns, sure. You want to mortgage your future for one guy? Totally. We're only moving back a couple picks. Who are you going to get? Who are you going to use that pick on? A quarterback. Okay, so respect. They get Pinnock. Pinnock was probably the more talented player than Jack Storer. But we also have Connor Paxton here, who I was intrigued by. You also look pretty good, though. 6'6", 309, 23 years old, early 1st round talent. We have the 8th pick as well, which could be Connor Paxton. He's got A- tackling, B+ hit power. This draft class is not super good. And like I said, this isn't necessarily about the draft or draft the players. We only have one really good player that we drafted, and that was that tight end, Will McKenzie. I don't know what I want to do here, because I kind of want to trade. If I draft this guy, then I can trade Joe Thomas at some point. maybe flip Joe Thomas for somebody else that's pretty good. You know what? That might be what I do. I'm going to take Jack Storer. He only has normal. He's ranked number 36. Wow, I thought he was going to be better than that. That's kind of disappointing. Maybe somebody has value for him. We'll skip ahead. And Paxton goes the next pick. Well, those were my guys that I was interested in. I don't think I'm going to be trading or drafting anybody else. Wow, I can't believe I missed on that. I didn't think he was going to be that bad. Normal development? That's actually pretty crazy. The Bears are offering me a pretty decent pick. I think the Browns or the Bears might be the best offer, but also the Niners are offering me a first, a second, and a fourth next year. This one's probably the best deal. I'm only thinking about this one because it gives us more option to trade this year. But no, I'm going to go with the Niners. They're giving me clearly the Niners is the better offer.
You know what that means?
So we'll trade with the Niners. We'll skip to our next user pick, which is in the second round, and we will trade this pick away to get some more draft picks. Still offered first-round picks. That's probably a mistake by these teams, but I will accept one of these first-round talent picks, although the Bengals offer me 2 seconds and a third. That could be pretty good. But these Raiders and football team draft or offers are pretty good as well. I think having a first-round pick is more valuable than having a couple seconds. So we'll take the Raiders. And we will skip to our next user pick, which is just a couple picks away. And we will trade this one. And this one, the Vikings are still offering. We're still getting first-round pick offers, which I love to see. Maybe this is the time where we take offer with a multiple lower-end picks, like 2 seconds and a third. Although that might be dumb, because who knows how many more first-round picks we're going to get offered here. I mean, the football team, we could end up getting that pick anyway. Let's go with the Vikings. We'll get a fourth-round pick this year, and a first next year. I'm getting my years mixed up. Skip to our next user pick, which is the 11th round, or the 11th pick in the second round. And we're still getting offered first-round picks. I really like this Bengals pick, or this Bengals offer, although they kind of lowered it a little bit. 2 seconds next year and a sixth. I think I'm going to go with that. I like that too much. The 6, not necessarily, but I think those 2 seconds are going to be very crucial in terms of trading for some players. Next user pick is in the third round. We'll trade this one away, and we will get... We still got offers at second-round picks, which is good. Colts are offering me some picks. I think we'll go with the Colts second-round pick, pick 44, which it won't be pick 44 when we actually use it. If we even do. And we'll trade this pick away. We're getting a ton of assets. This is the whole main thing. We're flipping draft picks for better draft picks at better times. We'll go for the football team's second-round pick. So we took the football team's first and second-round pick next year. So that's pretty interesting. We'll have to keep that in mind. Fourth-round pick now. What are we getting? We're getting third-round picks, which is good. I want to stay away from the football team. I don't want to take their whole draft. We'll go with a team we haven't really talked to very much, which is the Browns. We'll take the Browns' third-round pick. The amount of assets we're going to have is going to be outrageous. Now, it's just, we have enough draft picks. The only problem is trying to find players to pair them with. That's the only problem. We'll talk to the Saints. We haven't talked to the Saints at all. They're giving us a third-round pick next year. We will take that. Thank you very much. We are going to have so many picks. It's crazy. We have a pick in the 6th round now. I don't think I've traded for any 7th-round picks. Maybe I have. I can't remember. The Colts are offering a 4th-round pick in the 6th round. No doubt about that. I will take that. Perfect. And that should be the end of the draft, yeah. Oh, we have a pick in the 7th round. Okay. I couldn't remember if we had another pick or not. Saints are offering me a 4th. Not even going to have to worry about that. Thank you very much. That should do it for that. And that's the last pick of the draft that we have. We have so many. So many now. You love to see it. We'll take a look at... we got a lot of trade offers. Jeez. I'm going to decline all these because I'm not willing to trade anyone. At least not right now. Trade these guys. Trade. Or decline. Decline. I can't believe... I'm still kind of upset that that left tackle only had normal development. And we reached for him. I didn't think we reached for him. Who was the best player in the draft class? I can't tell. If we go round by round, 78 was the highest so far. A couple 78s. 81. Who's that 81? Oh, the 81 was the left guard. That's who I was looking at. Oh, now I'm upset. I shouldn't even done that. I shouldn't even have done that. That left guard was who I was looking at too. He was the guy that I was more intrigued at than the left tackle. I knew he was the better player, but he just happened to get taken before us. I shouldn't have traded down. If I wanted to get that left guard, I should have just got him and not traded down because I had that other pick. That was the 8th pick. That was pretty close. But we move on. Like I said, it's not about the draft picks. It's about the players. So let's get to it. I gotta decline all these trades again because I'm not going to accept. I probably should take these guys off the block if I remember. I didn't even know they were on the block. I didn't put them on there. All right, we will take those guys away. We got Khalil Mack back. I didn't know Khalil Mack got hurt, but he's back. I'll do all the preseason stuff off camera, get the depth chart all fixed and ready to go, get the everything ready. But if we take one final look at our assets for this season, let's take one final look at those draft picks that we've accumulated. We have a first-round pick, a lot of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first-round picks that we can flip. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 second-round picks. We have 3 third-round picks, 2 fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and 2 sevens, plus all of our picks in 2020. So we've got a ton of assets. The only problem, like I mentioned, is packaging them with some players to get somebody else. That's the only problem. But that's going to do it for this off-season video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys liked the moves that I made. I think I did a decent job rebuilding this team to what it used to be. We added depth, that's for sure. Got some backups, got some decent players in trades. The offensive line or the defensive line looks really good. The cornerback room I'm much happier with, adding Stephon Gilmore. Alden Smith is a huge piece that we added, bringing back Ryan Shazier. The wide receiver room is crazy now with Beckham Jr., Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, and Julian Edelman, and Tyreek Hill. Running back could use a little bit of work just in terms of overall, but hopefully maybe Derrick Henry develops. Carson Wentz, obviously, we're going to stick with. Offensive line might need a little bit of work at right tackle and center. We'll wait and see about that. Tight end's obviously really good. So that's going to do it. I'll see you guys at week 1 of the regular season. This is start of season number 3 next episode. I hope you guys are excited. If you are and you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.